You know, I've got to say, it's been a wonderful summer. I have been relaxing and I've been enjoying the time off. Hope you have been too. But did you know school is just going to start in a few days? Guess I'm going to have to get back over there to Nicholas Homestead and start getting it together for you guys. School year 23-24 in the Nicholas Homestead Music Room. Hey, we made it to the music room. Here we are. School's getting ready to start just in a few days. But before we get going, I just wanted to make sure that we covered a few things here in the classroom that will make things go much smoother for everybody. So let's start with Specials Roar. The first thing in Roar, or Specials, is responsibility. And when you come to music, it's important that you leave all of your drinks and all of your snacks and all of your food outside the classroom. We don't need a mess in here. Also, being responsible means listening to the teacher. I have things to share with you, I have things to teach you, and I need you to really pay attention. Also, take care of items in here. We have a lot of cool stuff in here. We have ukuleles, bucket drumming, keyboard piano lab. We play recorders. We play a variety of percussion instruments. And if you're in 5th grade, you might be playing violin, cello, band instruments. So we gotta be really responsible about how we take care of that kind of stuff. Next, we gotta observe safety. So observe safety in the music room, or in any of the specials really, includes doing things like walking. It's kind of tempting in this great big room to run, to come straight in the door and run to your spot, whether it's in a chair or on the carpet. And then when it's time to go, running to the lineup line to go meet your teacher. It's tempting. Don't do it. It's always better to be safe. Nobody likes to fall down on the floor. Nobody likes getting tripped on. It's not good. And be safe. I think a lot of that is just common sense here. It's common sense. We're not going to tip in our chairs. We're not going to be touching people, all that kind of stuff. We're just being safe, using instruments. If we're using mallets or drumsticks, we're making sure we're using them just on the instrument. Act kindly. That's huge. And here in music, it's super important that we are kind to other people, we're kind to ourselves, and we're kind to the teacher. Quietly listen and follow directions. If you don't understand a direction, just raise your hand. Don't guess. Raise your hand and ask. I want to make sure you're able to follow the directions and be super successful during music time. And respectful. This here says treat books with respect, and I would say that's true if we are using any kind of music books, but also instruments, big one, for being very respectful and taking care of stuff. Sometimes kids get carried away, they're so excited that they just play something really hard and it breaks. Yeah, there's accidents, and then there's not being very careful and responsible. So make sure you are really knowing the difference, because I can usually tell. And then return books on time and in good condition. Yeah, that's the libraries for sure. But it's really important to be respectful when it comes to my time and band. If you are in band or any of my after-school clubs, because I have some of those. I have after-school clubs of chorus, recorder, ukulele, and those are the main ones. So it's really important that you keep track of the days that you're supposed to come, being here on time. If you're in band or strings, you are practicing at home. It's not like, you're trying to learn how to play an instrument in 30 minutes once a week. That'll never work. You gotta practice. It takes dedication, okay? Over here in this corner, I've got some other musical rules that are important. And these musical rules are: be safe, be polite, be cooperative, and be kind. So we do those using Quaver a lot of times because the Quaver curriculum talks all about all these things. We go, be safe, be polite, be cooperative, be responsible, be kind. Very similar to roar. Being safe, being polite, it's very much like respectful. Be cooperative, work together with other people and with me, and things will go great. Be responsible, talked about that, and be kind. All of those things so important during music. So I just wanted to share those thoughts with you before we begin, because we're going to use them all the time in here. So I hope you've been a good listener and you're ready to go for it. Thanks. Hi guys, welcome back to the music room. Today I thought it would be a great idea to take a quick tour and see what's going on in here. It's a lot of space and a lot of materials. So let's start over here. I think the first thing you need to check out is our lineup line, which is located over here on the floor. There's usually a big long green tape, and our exit door is right here, straight on out to the playground. As well, our entrance door is over here from the hall. So you'll come on in, you'll go straight to your seats. If you're in third grade, that will be right here on the button rug. And if you are in fourth or fifth, that's going to be right on over here in the green chairs on the risers. We will definitely be having students sit on that side of the room because there are so many kids this year. In the back of our room, we also have a piano keyboard lab. So it's a little smaller this year. I'm going to be working a lot more centers with you guys. So this is going to be a center rotation that all students will access during music classes when we do centers. Over here in this side of the room, we definitely have a ukulele cube, and we will be doing some work with ukuleles at some point in time as well. Another feature of our classroom is we have a lot of percussion instruments, and I keep most of those right down here underneath this table. They're all stored here, and we use these for different songs that we might be accompanying. Another feature that I want to make sure you're aware of is our bucket drumming, and we use these buckets for some percussion and rhythm work, and they're located underneath this table right here. Other than that, I think it's just if you're in fifth grade and you're a part of band, you're going to see instruments that are stored right here by this green door. These cabinets will be the place where the instruments will be stored for band and strings. Other than that, the only other thing that's really important is keeping track of our calendar. This is a big piece of what we've got going on. It helps you to be organized and keep track. We have our ABC schedule. We have the full day schedule for me. Important dates will be happening here at the bottom. So on this one, August 9th is super important. It's our instrument checkout time, which will be at Show Low High School Auditorium. Behind, in the green room, there'll be a place where you can rent instruments. And I strongly suggest you rent a band instrument from there. If you can't make it to that event, which is, I believe, starts at 6:30 p.m. If you can't make it to that, you can go to Majestic Music. Majestic Music is right next to Ross, and you can rent an instrument there, but please rent. This is important because if it breaks, you just take it in and they give you another one. Awesome. And that rental money, whether it's $20 or $30 a month that your parents are paying for that instrument, goes toward the purchase of that instrument if you decide you really want to keep doing it. Just don't let this thing happen where you get on Amazon and you buy that cool green plastic trumpet and it breaks like a month in, and then you get nothing. So I really try to encourage you, don't have your parents buy an instrument online because you just don't know what kind of instrument you're actually going to get. So let's be careful about that. Anyhow, welcome to music this year. We're going to have a great year together. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Let's get started. Let's talk for just a second about grades. And let's talk about rewards and consequences. So I haven't printed this all the way out yet, but as you can see, I have a music report. And every time you guys come to class, you can either get a green day, a yellow day, or a red day. So a green day looks like this: 0 or 1 class warnings. Now, a class warning is basically, I just will stop everything that I'm doing and say, listen, your class has a warning. And it's usually because 3 or more people are refusing to follow the music rules or expectations. And so the result is I give you a class warning. Can you still get a green day if you have 1 class warning? Yep, you can. A 0 or 1 is a green day, is what it says right on here. A yellow day, though, is 2 class warnings. And a red day is 3 or more class warnings. And usually by then we're all having a bad day. It's not a surprise that it's a red day, right? So there's that. And I have lines at the bottom of my music reports where I can put individual names. So if it's just 1 or 2 people that are having a really rotten day, then I'll just let their teacher know what's going on right here at the bottom. Now, the goal of green days is that when your class has 7 green days, you get to have a party. I usually have a popcorn party of some sort, or maybe we'll have cookies and hot chocolate if it's Christmas time, or something like that. And we watch a movie here on our whiteboard, and it's just a time to kind of kick back and relax and enjoy that you guys have been so awesome. Consequences are usually something like getting a red day, or if you're one of the people that are just having a particularly bad day, you might end up getting an incident report where I put you in the computer, or you have to visit with Mr. V because you just can't seem to get it together. And I usually kind of follow a 3-strike policy, like 1, I'll give you a personal warning, 2, I'll remind you again, and if I have to do it 3 times, it's kind of like baseball. You've just completely struck out. So it means you're going to need to go to the office or take some time and time out in the back of the room or something where you can just refocus, get it together. You're having a rough day, and I try to be sensitive to that, of course. But if you have a rough day every time you're in here, it's probably something we need to look at a little bit further. Grading is also super important. It's pretty easy to get an A in here. This should be an easy A class for you. But if you are not here very often, I can't really give you a grade for not being here, because really I'm just grading on 3 things. Are you here? Do you behave? And do you participate? Meaning, do you try your best? And I refer to this better to try and fail than to never try at all poster above my whiteboard a lot, okay? Because sometimes things are hard in music and you just need to try your best. Maybe you can't do it great yet, but if you're trying, then I consider that great participation, okay? So those are the 3 things I keep track of for your grade. Every kid starts with 100 points in here, okay? Each quarter, 100 points. But every time you miss, it's like 3 points off. Now, you can still miss 2-3 times and still get an A. But if you're missing 4, 5, 6, 7, that's almost like the whole quarter, okay? Because you only really come here normally once a week. Participation, like if you just cross your arms and you're like, I'm not doing this, I refuse to try, that's a -5. Also, behavior issues, if you're a person that you cannot be redirected, and if you get those 3 strikes and you're out, it's a -10 on your grade. So it's really important that you just come in here for those 40 minutes, try your best, have good behavior, and be here, okay? So if you can do those things, easy A. So hopefully that clears up any questions you might have on that. All right. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. All right, we'll see you later.